Problem number 8 from the Wastewater Collection Math book on SewerGeek.com. A 42-inch storm sewer is flowing half full at a velocity of 2.5 feet per second. How much flow will it discharge into a creek in MGD? All right, there's a couple of things that are going to jump out at you here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to convert units to something useful. It's in million gallons per day, so we know we're going to need that formula. Cubic feet per second equals 1.55 times MGD, and I'll throw that in a triangle. Okay. I don't have cubic feet per second, I don't have MGD, I have 1.55, so I need cubic feet per second, and I'm going to need the other formula, cubic feet per second, and that is going to be cubic. What I like to do to remember this one is I go feet equals feet times feet, and I go 3, 2, and there's 1, and I put seconds on each end. So feet equals feet times feet, 3, 2, 1, seconds on each end. So that gives me cubic feet per second equals feet squared times feet per second. Well, that makes sense because it's area times velocity. Q equals AV. And remember we took a look at that one. Q equals area times velocity. And that's what that is. And I could put that in a triangle if I like, just by putting that feet squared and feet per second on the bottom. You can do that. I'll let you. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the units. So I'm going to want to go in from inches to feet. 42 inches is going to go 42 divided by 12, and that's going to be 3.5 feet. I mean, we don't take a rocket science to do that, but sometimes I like to do that in a calculator anyway, because every now and then I just have my head misplaced in another part of my body and grab the wrong number. So that's 3.5 feet. A 3.5 foot storm sewer is flowing half full at a velocity of 2.5 feet per second. So I'm going to get feet squared, but I don't have that. So I'm going to need it. I'm going to have another formula, which is going to be area in feet squared equals diameter squared times 0.785. I'm going to need that formula. So I've simplified everything. And what I want to do right now is grab the calculator and start hammering out the buttons, right? Hell no. Here's something that's really important. And you're going to see this question on a lot of state exams. Flowing half full. And you're going to want to circle that because that's going to be important. What they want you to do is they want you to figure out the volume full, because you don't have any other way to do it, and then cut it in half because it's flowing half full. And they know you're going to forget this, so they're going to put the right answer over here. Let's take a look. 4.09 times 2 is 8. That's not there. 15 times 2 is 30. 18 times 2 is 32. 7.5 times 7.75 times 2 is 15.5. And let's just make sure. 7.75 times 2 is 15.5. So here's what they did. They put the answer 15.5 here because they know you're going to forget to cut this pipe in half. And you're going to go, oh, I'm done, and you're going to pick this. The answer is D, 7.75. No calculator necessary. Read the damn question, look at it, and you'll be able to see without anything that that's the answer. Now, do you pick up the calculator? Looks like we're out of options. We're going to have to touch the calculator. And I like to say touch the calculator last, because this machine will suck the brains right out of you. You'll punch something in wrong, you'll see that number and you'll grab it. And we'll take a look at how that happens. So I've got 3.5 feet, so I'm going to go area in feet squared equals 3.5 squared times 0.785. And that's going to do that here, 3.5 squared, or times 2.5 if you like, times 0.785 is going to give me 9.61. I'll make it 6.2. Round it up. Feet squared. So now I've got square feet. I can put that up here. So I'm going to go 9.62 feet squared times feet per second, and they gave me that. 2.5 feet per second. So 9.62 times 2.5. I know I'm just saying the same things I wrote, but my writing is horrible, so I like to read it out loud so you can see what it is. So 9.62 times 2.5, and that's going to give me equals 24.04 feet cubed per second. So that's the volume, except they wanted an MGD, so I'm going to come up here. 24.04 cubic feet per second divided by 1.55 is going to give me the MGD. Divided by 1.55 is going to give me 15.5 MGD. And if I'm sitting at a test, a state exam, hammering the calculator, and I see that, I might just go, yay, I got that. But I've already circled D. And so I realize that I forgot to cut it in half. So I go 15.5 MGD divided by 2, because the pipe is half full, is going to equal, I don't need a calculator for that, 7.75 MGD. And there's my answer, D. This is one that at least half the people get wrong. They almost always, if they don't screw the math up totally, they go 15.5 and they move on. They find a number and they're happy. And if you recognize the word half full, go look at the choices. You got it.